left for the late models, then we'll give you hot laps.
Get the video off. She's going. You like it? Yeah.
Check 1, 2, 3 here at Midvale Speedway, August 17th, 1988, approximately 6:15 in the afternoon. Getting ready to qualify for the High State Late Model Championship Series, sponsored by Unical and Hoosier Tire here at Midvale Speedway. 24 late models in the pits, getting ready to do some motor. 1604, first time on John Crumrine, Akron, Ohio. 1604.
Second time of 1599, 15.99.
1599. Now he's going to get the checker.
All right, set number 44 back around. We counted that first lap.
All right. No qualifying times on John Crumrine. He'll get a set of two new ones. All right, there's officially. Actually, now the first qualifier will be Paul Barnes, Canton, Ohio. Paul's been down here just about every week, doing a fine job. Number 90. Yeah.
First time, Paul Barnes,
1702, first time on Paul Barnes.
And the second time was
16:57, second time on Paul Barnes. Now John Crumrine will get to requalify. They get one time. They'll probably take the second time, 15.99 as his first time. They'll probably use 15.99 as his first time.
Okay, John Crumline, 15.99 and a 15.99.
All right, his second time will be 15.90. Second time. His first time will be 15.99. Paul Miller out to number 1. Akron, Ohio.
First time.
15.78, first time on Paul Miller.
Yeah, very consistent driver. The second time was
15.77, second time on Paul Miller.
15.77. For Paul's official time will be 15.77.
Next qualifier out there, number 14 from Bolivar, Ohio. Larry Gill from Bolivar, Ohio.
How is it, John? Not shaking? Not shaking?
First time. Larry Gill,
15.84, first time on Larry Gill, Bolivar, Ohio.
Thank you, sir, for putting this
Second
here.
time,
Oh,
15.74. 15.74.
Second time, 15.74 on Larry Gill, Bolivar, Ohio.
Okay, I'll just qualify now. Another regular here at Midvale in the bull fighting number 301.
Dino Long from Magnolia, Ohio, in 301 tonight.
First time, Dino Long, 15.90.
15.90, first time on Dino Long.
Okay, how about that for consistency? 2 laps of 15.90 for Dino Long. So
Second time, 15.90 on Dino Long.
15.90.
21 Black out there tonight. Number 21, Black, Donnie Summers. He races up at Barberton Motor Speedway.
Okay, the 2 times on Doug Summers is 17.51 and a 17.30. So his qualifying time will be 17.30.
17.30 and 17.51 on Donnie Summers. Races up at Barberton Motor Speedway. The next car out. Number 26. Bill Straley, right? Bill Straley. He's another qualifier for the Sandusky Buckeye Bash in September at the Cavalcade from Cloverleaf Motor Speedway. Thank you, sir. No.
Okay, the first time on car number 26 is 16.29. I don't have a on this driver. And as soon as I find out who it is,
16:29.
and the second time of 16.14, 16.14.
16:14. Second time on Bill Straley. Randy Nader from Garfield Heights.
First time on Randy Nader.
1587, first time on Randy Nader.
And the second time of 15.93, 15.93 on Randy Nader. That's number 75 car.
1593, second time on Randy Nader.
Come in and never see it earlier every week. See him? Look.
All from the
Hi there.
All right,
How you doing?
every week. Yeah, I see them right here from the naked eye. Kenny Stevens at 21. Kenny's from Stone Creek, Ohio.
First time, 15.83.
1583, first time on Kenny Stevens.
The second time of 15.94, 15.94.
1594, second time on Kenny Stevens. Number 7 out there, Rich Rohr, Canton, Ohio.
On track now, five-time feature winner this year at Midvale. Rich Rohr. Perfect fourth in points in his Ohio State Late Model Championship. First time, Rich Rohr, 15.40, 15.40.
1540, first time on Rich. 1540.
Second time of 15.41, so real consistent.
1541, second time on Rich Rohr.
Time for you will reach 15.40.
He won't show up there.
First time on Roger Black, 15.65.
Did he say 65?
First time on Roger Black, 1565.
Second time of 15.71.
Second time, 1571 on 29, Roger Black.
The evening will be 15:65.
65. 65, John.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I thought he said.
You on pause, John?
Yeah, I'm on.
Come on.
Yep.
Okay, out to qualify now on the Tom's Body Shop. The 00 car. This guy picked up his rifle. Down he got his head. Want a feature with it. 0 car. This is Jeff. I'm sorry, you can see your right.
Who he say? Jeff Culp? Is that who that is?
Green, Brad, green.
Yeah.
First time on the car. 1697. 1627.
That's cool. Is it? Driving like him, is it?
Okay, then. Time counts. There's no wave loss here at Mid-Vid. When you come out of the pits and get on the green, the next 2 laps count as qualifying time. So, get out. All right. Goes against you. So it's time to move.
Okay, first lap time on, they're saying it's Jeff Culp, I believe. I'll double check that. 1697.
In the number 65 car, this guy comes from Wadsworth, Ohio.
He's quick.
First time on tail license 1575, 15.75.
First lap time on 65, Tim Ice, 1575.
And the second time with 1561, 15.61.
Second lap time on Tim Ice, 1561.
Tim is currently 7th in points in his Ohio State Series.
You on pause, John?
Am now.
Point leader, and the number 21, Falcon Power car out of Miami for Ohio.
First lap time on 21, Johnny Vallow, 15.65. Second lap time on Johnny Vallow, 1566. Next qualifier on the track, 94, the Big Bird, Robbie D.
First time was 15.95, won 5.95.
He never runs good here.
And the second time was 15.97, won 5.97 on the Big Bird, Robbie D, who is currently 50 points in this Ohio State Series.
Yeah, I'm Greg Norris. How you doing, brother? Care if I pick it up some more? Does that work? All right. Whatever. I'll just fit. That's fine with me.
First lap time on Lonnie Vaughn, 15:65. Second lap time, 15.59.
74, number 43, Donovan
First lap time on Kenny Phillips, 15.79.
And the second time on Ken Phillips of 15.62.
Second lap time on Kenny Phillips from Lorain, Ohio, 15.62.
Good times tonight.
Okay, number 8, Beverly Hair Professional out of Akron, Ohio. This is Ken Phillips.
Times on Kenny Phillips, 15.79, 15.62. First lap time on Walt Ellis from Akron, Ohio, 15.68. Second lap time, 15.75 on Walt Ellis. time on Scott Baker of Fairlawn, Ohio of 15:24. Second lap time of 15:15.
First time on Bob Signal 15:55, 15.55.
First lap time on Bobby Civil of Massillon, Ohio, 15.55.
And the second time of 15:35 on Bob Signal, who's third.
Second lap time on Bobby Civil, 15.35.
And Bob driving the SRE race body, number 63. Bob comes out of Massillon, Ohio. Okay, and the Shaw Body Shop Taylor Beverage, number 12 Ford Thunderbird, out of East Canton, Ohio. This is Shaw.
Time to put a hood on it.
First time on Shaw, 15.89.
First lap time on Sean Shaw, 15.89.
The second time of 15.98, 15.98 on Sean Shaw in that Taylor Beverage Ford Thunderbird. Okay, out to qualify now in the Valkyrie Racing engine. All chassis, Captain Sizzle. First time on Mark Malcolm 15.55.
First lap time on Mark Malkett, 15.52.
And the second time of 15.49, 15.49 on Captain Sizzle.
Second lap time of 15.49 on number 70, Captain Sizzle, Mark Malkett.
How many more to go, John?
Okay, out to qualify.
5.
John Angus, map on tool number 85. This is a Dillon chassis. This is Phil Vito. First time on Phil Vito, 15.97, 15.97. And the second time of 15.87, 15.87 on
First lap time on Phil Vino, 15.97. Second lap time, 15.87.
Oh.
field is working fuel out of the tank. That green, let over the seat, over the field over there. Hi. Okay, I'm going to call by now with the regular here. This is John Klein.
First lap time on John Klein, 15:73.
Second time was 16:43, and Tom apparently having some handling problems, but I'm sure they'll take that car back in a bit. Here's on us later on this evening. Okay, out to qualify now is the number 72 car. This is Doug Webster. Thank you very much.
That's it for me to have for my brochures for next year anyway.
Put that up there. That's what he did here for the cattle meet. I think he put the, up there new filling. First heat in this late model division here tonight, number 44, John Crumrine. On the outside, number 85, Phil Vino. Next row back, number 29, Roger Black. On the outside, number 1, Paul Miller. Next row back, number 43, Ken Phillips. On the outside, here, number 70, Mark Malklin. Next row back, number 0. Number 0 is Jeff Culp. Number 4, Scott Baker. And number 72, Doug Webster. This is the first heat here at Midvale Speedway, August 17th, 1988. The sixth stop on the Unical Ohio State Late Model Championship Series here at Midvale Speedway. All right. 10 laps they'll go. Eddie Womack's got the cross flags. Out of 4. Into turn number 1. Out of 2. It's a dead heat down the backstretch between John Crumrine and 85 Phil Vino. Out of 4. Still side-by-side racing. Now John Crumrine inching ahead. Phil Vino. Awful loose coming out of 4, so it's John Crumrine to lead. Roger Black in second. Ken Phillips in third. Now Roger Black on the inside. Your new leader, Roger Black, Barberton, Ohio. Second, John Crumrine third. Ken Phillips fourth. Paul Miller fifth. Mark Macklin sixth. Scott Baker seventh. Phil Vino. Halfway this time, halfway. Roger Black out in front. Mark Macklin now in the second. Scott Baker on the outside of John Crumrine, challenging for third. Then Ken Phillips, Paul Miller. Scott Baker in the third now. Black still your leader. Macklin, Baker. Paul Miller now in the fourth. John Crumrine fifth, Ken Phillips sixth. Ken Phillips gets by John Crumrine. White flag coming out this time by. White flag out for Roger Black. Mark Macklin right on his tail, down the backstretch. Out of 4, here we go. It's Roger Black, Mark Macklin, Scott Baker, Paul Miller, Ken Phillips, and John Crumrine. Your first heat in the late models division here at Midvale Speedway, August 17th, 1988. And your winner from Barberton, Ohio, and number 29, Roger Black.
Okay, Barber, Ohio. This is a 3D-powered Hall chassis. The number 29 car, Roger Black. 9 car for Roger Black.
Okay, your second heat of late models here at Midvale Speedway tonight. Number 21, Donnie Summers. Waiting to get the lineup taken care of. Number 12 back there, Sean Shaw. Then 94, Robbie Dean, the Big Bird. Well, I guess Robbie Dean moving up. So, number 21, Donnie Summers will be on the pole. Robbie Dean from Darby-Dale, Ohio will be on the outside of number 94. Then 12, Sean Shaw on the outside of him. 21, Kenny Stevens. Next row back, 8, Walt Ellis. 38, John Clyde. 53, Bob Sibla. Lonnie Vaughn in 03. And Denny Vargo in 24. No start, no start.
Apparently, Vargo, first time in his car, wanting to start scratch, fill the car out before he gets up there in competition among the other cars. So,
Hi, Var.
we'll bring him off that number 4 corner next time around, looking for that green flag.
All right, one more parade. We should be going back to green, getting this race started. Denny Vargo must be taking scratch. First time, I believe, he drove Tom Sanglewood's car, at least here at Midvale Speedway, and he's going to be filling the car out a little bit during the heat race. All right, into turn 3, Donnie Summers and the Big Bird, Robbie Dean, out of 4. Donnie Summers, Kenny Stevens, involved. Couple of cars, number 21. A red car, 21, Kenny Stevens, and black, Donnie Summers.
Yep.
Yeah. You back out of the car again?
You have license number 287, BZ2. 287, BZ2, your turn signals is on.
Man, I wish I had this kind of cars here every Sunday night.
Broad Street machines, Pro Street truck, and 4-wheeler. Every Sunday.
Hey, John.
On October 22nd, 23rd, and I'll have some free passes. I'll be passing out the next 3 nights here at Midvale. That's swamp meet. So, put that on your calendar. You want to get some racing stuff, maybe get you some race cars or just
All right. Donnie Summers won't make the heat race restart. On the hook going in the pit. So that puts Robbie Dean on the pole. On the outside of him will be number 12, Sean Shaw. Next row back, number 8, Walt Ellis. On the outside of him, 21, Kenny Stevens. Next row back, 38, John Klein. On the outside of him, number 63, Bob Sibla. The next row back, number 03, Lonnie Vaughn. And taking scratch on his own behalf, Denny Vargo. Subbing for Tom Stankiewicz. All right, out of 4. Restart him. Hey, it didn't like a start. Slowing him down a little bit. Got a green. Robbie Dean out in the lead. Sean Shaw in second. Walt Ellis on the inside, challenging out for second. Out of 4. Walt Ellis into second. Sean Shaw back to third. Then Bob Sibla, Kenny Stevens, John Clyde. Robbie Dean. Ellis right there in second. John Shaw still holding down third. John Shaw spins out 2. They're still racing. No yellow. Walt Ellis on the outside of Robert E. Walt Ellis out of the lead. Robert E second. Bob Sybil third. John Klein fourth. Then Kenny Stevens and Lonnie Vaughn. Battle out for second between Robert E and Bob Sibla. Sibla now in the second. Dean back to third, Klein in fourth. White flag coming out this time by for Walt Ellis. White flag out for Walt Ellis. Out of 4, here comes your winner, Walt Ellis, Bob Sibla, Robbie Dean, John Klein. Kenny Stevens, John Shaw.
Guy become a regular here in Midvale about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's sure making his presence known.
Walt Ellis.
Professional number 8 out of Akron, Ohio. This is Walt Ellis.
Your winner of the second heat of the Unocal Late Model Championship Series here at Midvale Speedway, August 17th, 1988, here at Midvale Speedway. Flag Racing, Paul Barnes, Bill Staley, Bill Vogt, Ordino Long, Randy Nader, Johnny Vallow, Larry Gill, Rich Rohr, and Tim Ice. Lap 1 going to newcomer here tonight, Bill Fraley. Randy Nader in second, Vallow third. Then Dino Long on the inside. Rich Rohr, Larry Gill. .6 still leading. Vallow up into second now. Randy Nader in second. The third. Then Rich Rohr. Vallow Vallow challenging for the lead. He's got it in turn 3. Roar challenging out for second. He's got it. Bill Straley losing it out of turn 4. Johnny Vallow, Rich Roar, Randy Nader, Dino Long, Tim Ice, Bill Straley, and Larry Gill. White flag coming out. For Johnny Vallow. Roar on the inside. Can't quite do it. Vallow, Roar, Nader, Ice, Dino Long, Bill Straley, Larry Gill, and Paul Barnes. What a heat race, pretty good. Miamisburg, the leader of the Unocal Late Model Championship Series, number 21, Johnny Vallow from Miamisburg, Ohio, winner of the 3rd heat here at Midvale Speedway, August 17th, 1988.
Okay, next round applause for Miamisburg, Ohio, John Vallow. All right, standard Ford number 21. This is a Howell chassis mounted car out of Joe P. Marie, State Wallet, Columbus, Ohio.
They're 20. Gary Smith in 33, A.J. Dino in 36, and Wild Bill Bittaker in 32. John White in 5, no identification on 38. Lap 1 goes to John White in 5. .38 Gary Miser in 20 and 3rd. Then Bear Schwartz, Gary Smith, A.J. Diano, and Bill Bittaker. Oh, John White going real hard in 4. Gary Miser, now your new leader. Bear Schwartz at 38, come together, we'll bring out a yellow. Yellow flag out. Gary Miser with John White at 5. Gary Smith, Bill Bittaker, A.J. Diano, 38, and Bear Schwartz. Gary Miser still your leader. Bill Bittaker challenger for 3rd with Gary Smith. A.J. Dino spins out, turn 4. No caution, pull far back, all right. Gary Miser, Bill Bittaker, Gary Smith, Bear Schwartz. Gary Miser out in front. Bill Bittaker in second. Gary Smith in third. Bill Bittaker down the inside. What a move by Bittaker. Gary Miser back to second. White flag out. Gary Smith in third. Bear Schwartz in fourth. Into three. Out of fourth. The winningest driver Midvale Speedway. Right there. Bill Bittaker. Gary Miser finishes second. Gary Smith in third. Bear Schwartz fourth. John White fifth. A.J. Diano. But here he is, the winningest driver. Number 32, Wild Bill Bittaker from New Philadelphia, Ohio. He's not giving up that number one spot without a fight. Him and Rich Rohr battling out all year.
Cushions and all kinds of knowledge down there. That's down to the knowledge stand, along with Mid-American Racing News.
Mark Busby, Mark McGrath, Dave Himes, Glenn Jewell, Kenny Carroll, Rich Schweitzer, Roger Leonard, and Mike Whitebucks Dawson. Mark Busby, Mark McGrath, Dave Himes, Glenn Jewell, Kenny Carroll, Rich Schweitzer, Roger Leonard, and Mike Whitebucks Dawson. Mark Busby now into first. Mark McGrath in second. Dave Himes in third, with Glenn Jewell challenging on the outside. Mark Busby, Mark McGrath, Dave Himes, Glenn Jewell, Kenny Carroll, Roger Leonard, Mike Whitebucks Dawson, and Rich Schweitzer. Mark McGrath trying to challenge on the outside of Mark Busby. White flag out this side by. Mark Busby, Mark McGrath on the outside. Dave Himes, Glenn Jewell. Mark Busby, Mike Himes, Mark McGrath, Glenn Jewell, Kenny Carroll, Dave Dawson, Leinard, and Schweitzer. But he led about every lap, number 31. What? How they get in?
Okay, nice round of applause for Mark Busby and number 31 car out of Allentown, Ohio.
He won a feature a couple weeks ago. Number 31, Bart Busby. Kim Herron, 82, 55. 55 of Larry Richardson. 12. Max Gribble Jr. 47, Barnhart. Max Gribble Sr. and 85. The 00, no identification on it. Snell, 55, now your leader. Larry Richardson on the inside, takes over the lead. Hank Snell back to second with Max Gribble Jr. now taking over second. 85 sneaking in there, taking over third. Larry Richardson, 55, your leader. White flag out for Larry Richardson, New Philadelphia, I believe. Out of 4, Larry Richardson, Max Gribble Jr., 47, 85. 55 of Hank Schnell. And 82. And bringing in the rear 00. Greg Stutson. Your winner of the slow heat in the street stock division, number 55, Larry Richardson.
Okay, family, Cadillac, Buick. This is Larry Richardson. Nice round of applause for Larry Richardson picking up the checkers place in our street stock division.
Bobby Knight. Dead heat down the backstretch. Out of 4. Kevin Merrick, Kevin Locker, 44, Gene Pringle in 7. 62, Chuck Surratt, 88, and 11, Bobby Knight. Jim Miller, 44, in second. Kevin Merrick still leading. Gene Pringle in third. Chuck Surratt in fourth. Fifth, Kevin Locker. Then 11, Bobby Knight. Halfway in. Still Kevin Merrick. Gene Pringle pulls down into the infield. Losing power. Kevin Merrick. Jim Miller, I believe. 52, Chuck Surratt. In third. Then Kevin Locker. Getting sideways out of 4. Then Bobby Knight in 88. That was a white flag lap. Into turn 3. Out of 4. Here comes your winner, number 39, Kevin Merrick. And Jim Miller, 44. 62, Chuck Surratt, 11. Bobby Knight, 1T. Kevin Locker, then 88. But the winner, the fast heat. The fast heat in the three-stock division, Kevin Merrick. Kevin's having a fine year here at Midvale Speedway. Kevin Merrick. M-E-R-R-I-C-K. I-C-K.
Okay, the next scheduled event will be the last chance race for this Ohio State Late Model Championship Series. And the top 8 cars in the last chance race will advance to the feature. And the top 12 qualifying cars belong to the race against later on Saturday. 20-lap race with 14 cars each team, $1,000 to win. And
all right, consolation. Number 1, Paul Miller. On the outside of him, number 21, Red. Kenny Stevens, next row back, 75, Randy Nader. On the outside of him, number 85, Phil Vino. 12, Sean Shaw, 301, Dino Long. Next row back, 44, John Crumrine. On the outside of him, 72, Doug Webster. Next row back, number 26, Bill Straley. On the outside of him, number 0. Jeff Culp in 0. Then 94, Robbie Dean. Donnie Summers in 21 black. And number 90, Paul Barnes. The 12 fastest qualifiers are in the feature, locked in. I believe they'll take 8 from this consolation event. 8 qualifiers will make it through this race, the last chance race. Some of the big names that aren't in there. The feature right now is Robbie Dean, number 94. Randy Nader, 75. Just a couple. All right. Top 8 make the feature. Top 8 make the feature. They'll start 20, I believe. One more parade. You got Miller, Stevens, Nader, Vino, Shaw, Long, Crumrine, Dean, Webster, Straley, Jeff Colt. Paul Barnes. 24 is Denny Bargo and 21 Black. Johnny Summers, 15 laps to go. Consolation. Down the backstretch. Paul Miller. John Reninator in second. And Kenny Stevens. And Sean Shaw, Phil Vino, Robbie Dean. Paul Miller. Johnny Summers going in the pits. Your leader, Paul Miller. And Randy Nader, Kenny Stevens, John Shaw, Dino Long, Phil Vino, Robbie Dean, John Crumride, Bill Staley, Doug Webster, Denny Bargo, Paul Barnes, Jeff Colt. Halfway coming this time by. Paul Miller, Randy Nader, Kenny Stevens, John Shaw, Dino Long, Phil Vino, Robbie Dean, John Crumride, Bill Straley, Denny Bargo. First, Paul Miller. Second, Randy Nader. Third, Kenny Stevens. Fourth, Sean Shaw. Fifth, Dino Long. Sixth, Phil Vino. Seventh, Robbie Dean. On the bubbles, number 8 is John Crumride at 44. You get that? Sean Shaw, Dino Long coming together.
Sean Shaw, found release the motor or radiator under that number 12 Taylor car. Okay, 11 laps in and 4 more to go. Sean Shaw had himself a position locked in that feature and a real bad break for Sean Shaw, losing the radiator or motor up or something.
I think it is, Bill.
Huh?
Motor.
So that'll move Bill Straley into that number 8 spot.
Yeah, both of you are. All right, Paul Miller in 1, Randy Nader 75. Phil Bino 85, Robbie Dean 94, 44, John Crumrine, and on the bubble 26, Bill Straley, then Denny Vargo 24, Doug Wester 72. Paul Barnes in 90. And 0. Keith Coates. White flag coming out this time by. Your battle's back up for 7th spot. Queen, 44th, and 26th. Down the backstretch. Here comes your winner. 175, 21, 301, 94, 44, 24, 26. 85, 72, 90, and 0. I know.
Something going on with that number 85 car, and dropping off the pace and just passed it, coming to that same spot. So 26 on up, all cars with.
Your winner was number 1, Paul Miller. Second was Randy Nader. Okay, you better.
Right here what they sound like. big one, huh? Well, good luck to you tonight, Larry. You win 2 figures at Midvale this year. This is the one you want to win, isn't it?
I'd like to. Down front, please get a seat. All your children, please get a seat so everybody can see. Please.
With you here, and both of them work for Unit. Y'all never met each other until just a little bit ago, right? Earl Lee, Ed Lee, I'm sorry, and Stu Can. And you're with Camp Laurel here, of course, in New Philly, and very supportive of racing. And if they need anything from home heating oil to that high-powered Unical racing gas, you can take care of them, right?
Sure can. More than happy.
There we go. And Stu, this guy here, I'm jealous of him. His job consists of going out and watching people race.
Yeah, it's a good job for me. I'm a racer myself, and Unical is very happy to come out here and sponsor the Ohio Late Model Series Championship. We hope to award the Series Championship tonight, but it looks like it'll be next week. We hope to maybe do this again next year. We're very pleased with the results. We've got a good field of cars out here that looks very good, and it's a nice track.
Thank you very much. And of course, the Unical name mentioned many, many times throughout the summer. All the racetracks plug the races weeks before they happen, and all the other tracks after they have their race. Of course, you furnish the Winston Cup guys with their gas too, right?
Yes, the Unical fuel you're running here tonight is the same fuel that's used every week in the Winston Cup Series. This is our 108 octane leaded racing fuel. We've been making a racing gasoline for 30 years. We were the first company in America to make a racing gasoline, and we stuck with it through the oil crisis when a lot of people got out of it. And we have a 30-year
also Shady Roy's here from Shady Boy, all the guys from Killcare. It's been a great series, Columbus, and we'd like to continue this series and hope the fans continue to support it. We've got a nice field of cars, and Larry Burns and I have been working on something that hasn't been done on asphalt yet. There's been a lot of dirt tracks doing it, but Larry's got an announcement to make about a big race coming up October 22nd and 23rd at Sandusky Speedway.
You might as well just finish. You're on a roll there. Basically, what we've done, Chris and I have talked, and we're tired of the dirt tracks getting all the thunder with all the big year-end races. All of us have our year-end races now, the cavalcades at Sandusky, Midvale, Columbus, Cloverleaf, all the other tracks have their year-end races, but we want to do something big for the late models. So on the weekend of October 22nd and 23rd will be the start of what we hope to be bigger and better every year. It will be the main event. It will be a 150-lap race for late models, complete with pit stops and everything at Sandusky Speedway. We'll pay $10,000 to win and $1,000 just to start. So every one of the 24 cars starting the feature will make a minimum of $1,000, which is more than most features pay each and every Saturday night. So we're looking forward to that, Mark. October 22nd and 23rd on your calendar, Sandusky Speedway, for the main event, which should be the biggest asphalt race anywhere. Thanks, Larry. Also, don't forget, there's a lot of other big races coming up. September 17th and 18th, you got a race at Columbus Motor Speedway and also at Jennerstown. And then the 23rd, 24th, and 25th at Sandusky, the regular cavalcade. And Midvale Speedway closes out the season here with our Race of Champions Mounted Engines Fall Classic, October 8th and 9th. And most of these guys that are here will be here then. Last year we had 37 late models. We'll have a good show for you. We're ready to go now with our 76-lap feature. We'll introduce our drivers.
Okay, I'll start down here, and I always ask these guys some weird questions. And I'm going to ask them this. You guys listening? Because you can't ask the guy beside you for the answer. I want you to tell us your name, where you're from, and what your favorite track to race at is.
Paul Miller, Mogador, Ohio, Midvale. Larry Gill, Bolivar, Ohio, Midvale.
Okay, wait, before you go somewhere. First of all the drivers out here, and they can hear you, get your hands together and give them a nice round of applause. Lift it up, John. Putting a fine show on. There's a lot of work these race cars. There's a lot of work, a lot of expenses. These guys race every week and put a real good show on for the people.
Neil Home, Magnolia, Midvale.
Okay, get some other tracks up there further, I think.
Kenny Stevens, Stone Creek, Midvale.
Okay.
Randy Nader, Garfield Heights, Sandusky.
Okay.
Dennis Fargo, East Lake, Ohio. I like Midvale.
John Crumrine, Barberton, and Midvale. Bill Straley, Cleveland, Sandusky.
Paul Ellis, Midvale.
Robbie Dean from Darby-Dale, Ohio.
Favorite track?
Shady Bowl.
John Mallow from Miamisburg, Columbus, Killcare, and Shady Bowl.
John Baker, Akron, Ohio. Midville, Sandusky, Shady Bowl.
They just found out something. Scott, well, he never been to this place his whole life. It'll be his favorite track next Wednesday if he wins on it. And here's Marvin Swanson's #1 fan, folks.
Bob Sibla, Madison, Ohio. Midvale, Toledo, Canton.
Oh, yeah.
Rich Roar, Canton, or Dowden, Ohio. And everywhere.
Tim Ice, Doylestown, Ohio, and Sandusky and Shady Bowl Speedway. Ken Phillips, Wakeman, Ohio, Sandusky, and Toledo.
John Klein, Canton, Ohio. Midville, and Canton.
Lonnie Vaughn, Canton, Ohio. I like Cincinnati.
You're out of business, Lonnie. Always arguing about something.
Roger Black, Barberton, Ohio. Lorraine, Midvale, and Sandusky.
Mark Malquist, Strasburg, Israel. You don't look like you're sure about that. Okay, nice round of applause for all the drivers. We're going to strap up here and go for 76 laps of super fast late model racing.